So May, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you play in La Cage.
Hi, my name is Mae Elliessa. I play Anne in La Cage or Fall. Basically she's the love interest. I'm from Malaysia, so I'm pretty psyched to be here in Singapore. This is my Singapore debut. We open in 8 days, I believe, and super excited.
So we are here in Victoria Theatre now, having our little chit chat and very interested to see how you came over today. Would you like to show us your mode of transport?
My mobile, my cheapest alternative, and also fast-ish.
Very simple and good for the environment, right?
I guess so.
How's it been, working in Singapore so far?
Great. Wild Rice is amazing. They've been so they take care of us so well. They've been so hospitable, and rehearsal's been so fun. This is my first time working with most of the cast, and it's just a great pleasure to see all these artists work. It's great, really. Yeah.
Right, so this is your first time performing in Singapore. You are from Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
So could you maybe introduce to us what have you done in Malaysia? What productions have you done before?
Well, I started 2012. Well, many years ago, I think over a decade ago in Malaysia, and I've done stuff with Farah Sulaiman, Pan Productions, Dama Orchestra. We've done Sondheim stuff, Merrily We Went Along. A lot of musical reviews and Wizard of Oz. That was pretty exciting.
What did you play in?
I was the ensemble. I was one of those monkeys. That was really fun. And I actually took a break from performing for 2 years to pursue psychology. So I'm studying psychology now. But then this opportunity opened up, and I was like, yes,
cool,
of course.
Cool, yeah. Well, learning psychology must really help your acting.
Definitely. I guess in some ways you understand behavior, you understand motivation and intentions a little bit more, maybe. Yeah.
Right. Well, tell us, how's it like working on this production? I think you guys are in the theatre now, right? You've seen the set and the costumes. Yeah. What's your impression of it?
The costumes, yes, we had our costume parade, and it was like a Victoria's Secret fashion show. I was just so excited to see everything. I was in awe, basically. I was like, ah! And the set I haven't really seen, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty stoked. We've seen the models, I'm really excited to see the set and start working on stage, which we will start doing today.
Well, I can imagine the costumes are a big part of La Cage also, and
of course, yeah.
Do you get to get put on the sequins and
No.
Would you like to?
Of course, I would like to wear one of Jaja's gowns. Anne is she comes from a conservative family, so her wardrobe, of course, paints that. It's a simple dress. It's pretty simple dress, but the Kajals and Jaja gets to wear amazing costume. It's going to be a feast for the eyes, really. Yeah.
But tell us, tell us about your character's journey in this show. Of course, don't tell us the ending, but what is she like from the beginning of the show when you come on, and what does she experience?
And she's well, I guess she that's a lot of she's in love with Jonathan, and basically I think the biggest issue for her in this show to go through is basically meeting the in-laws, which I think most of us or all of us can identify with. I think we've all met, if you guys have been in serious relationships, you've met the in-laws, and that's always really scary. Similar to say, if you have someone, your significant other, and you want to get to know their close world, their best friends, their friends, not necessarily their family. I mean, I've met, the significant other's family before, but never for marriage per se, And for Anne, it's a little bit more different because she knows, not different, but a little bit more strict because her father's very conservative, very strict, so she's very cautious about it. And lo and behold, she finds out that her in-laws are, so Yeah, exactly like that. So yeah, there's a scene we do in there where things just go havoc, and that is so much fun to do. You guys are gonna have a ball watching that scene. Things are flying around and everything. It's great.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. How do you find working in Victoria Theatre? You know that this is like one of our historical landmarks. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's I love when I skate here every morning. It's I just love looking at the building, and I cannot believe that I get to bump in and I get to play in this space. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah. If any more questions?
Well, how much of you is in the character? Are you quite different?
Yeah, I guess so. She's like the perfect ingenue. She just especially in the beginning of the show, she does what she's told. She does her responsibilities. Play up to her father's expectations of her, I guess. And towards the end of the show, she has a little bit where she gets to stand up for what she wants. And yeah, I guess in some ways I would like to think I'm Anne like that. I stand up for my values. I stand up for what I want.
But you're not as wild as some of the other characters.
Definitely not.
Oh, definitely not.
And we're not just talking about like when they're on stage. When they're behind scenes,
they are like
they
that.
are crazy. They're amazing, fun people.
Especially Hosen, right?
Hosen. I did not say that. He said that first. Hosen is such a joy to be around.
I'm letting it stay.
Oh my gosh.
No, they all know each other.
Warning first. Hosen is such a joy to be around.
Yes.
He's so funny and
he's on off stage or on?
Both.
Yes.
Both. And when he's on rehearsal space, I just love to see what he comes up with next. It's so inspiring to be around people like Hosen and Jotan and Darius and even Aaron, who's a pain in the butt sometimes, because he's just so cheeky, but he's so much fun to work with, and it's so great to have such an amazing team, to work with. It makes work so much. It makes work not work, really, and I'm so happy to be around such amazing people.
Curious, are you Chinese, Eurasian, what?
I'm Chinese Malay.
Right.
Yeah.
Where does the Ellison come from?
Elissa. Elissa is my mom's. Well, I don't know, she just came up with that middle name for me. Really, it's her name that she adopted when she converted to Islam. Yeah, so Elissa is her Muslim name. Yeah,
how did you get into performing in musical theatre?
My mommy. My mom.
Stage mom.
She was a news anchor and she did a little bit of acting, and she introduced me to Miss Saigon, which was the first ever musical she watched when she went for her honeymoon with my dad. And ever since that, then the rest is history. I found an audition in the newspaper article, I went for it, and that's just been my life ever since, really. Yeah.
So, as a musical theatre performer, are you more of an actor, singer, or dancer?
Yes, I get asked that quite a bit, and I always give that answer. I enjoy all of them. I think they're all just different, but in all these three different things, what I enjoy most is the storytelling. So, as a singer, I try and focus on telling the story with my voice, and as a dancer, I try to focus on telling the story with, which Anne gets to do. She gets to do a dance, and I try to, help Erin tell that scene or that story through dance. Same with acting, So I think I strive to be a storyteller, and I don't really identify being just a singer or a dancer or an actor. Yeah, these are the tools you use to tell a story, to send a message.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much, Anne.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's been really fun. And all the best for the production.
All right, thanks for seeing me. Everybody come watch La Cage. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.